Hey, good morning, guys. I just want to come in here this morning to the shop. We have a little rain going on out back. The sun might want to pop out here. I don't know how the quality is here, but today we're going to talk about going from a large square baler to a small one and the purpose behind that. A lot of you guys know we did move to a new location, and so things could always change. And what I want to talk about is change. Sometimes it's hard. Changing to fit into the area, what's going on in the area. So behind me we have a 265 New Holland, brand new, small square baler. I did have the John Deere l341 large square baler. Really like that machine. It was a hard thing to downsize, a lot more work with these, of course. But I'm going to turn you around here in a minute, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. And our local supply store had an open house this week, so I bought some baler twine and choosing different baler twine. So let's go ahead and turn you around. Okay. Come around here a little bit to get you dizzy. So we got this brand new New Holland Hayliner 265. Now, if we go back in history a little bit, we had the 575, that was my first one. And then we went from that to 5070. And now, somehow, on a brand new model, we have a, let's see, a 265. So what changed from the, I'm gonna say the 50 series, because there was a 5060 and a 5070. So this would be equal to a 5060. A lot of big changes. No, not really. The only thing that's changed was this. That's it. New Holland hasn't updated their design because it's been pretty much what you call flawless. So we'll walk around a little bit. I did go ahead and get the 96 170, 96 feet, test as a 170. I didn't get tied up there yet. Here comes the snow, or a little bit of rain out there, you can hear it. So all we did was a few bales last year with this machine. We were using my dad's baler, which his baler works pretty much flawless too, and it's 20 some years old. And I don't know that for a fact, but I know it's an older model. But yeah, so we got quite a bit of straw to bale this year, as long as the weather holds up for us. You can see it in the background. You can order this machine with hydraulic tensioner. On my 5070 I had that, and I did not like it because it wouldn't keep a consistent bale. Again, it could have been something, an adjustment. You can't blame all that stuff. So I went back to the manual tensioner. The knotters are the same. And yes, we got a thrower. We did get a couple more hay wagons here. I'd like to get another 2 or so yet before the baling season starts. But yeah. So why did we go to a small baler? Well, we moved into a new area, and a lot of the guys up here that I was under the impression didn't want to handle a big bale, or it's too heavy, or it's biggest reason we couldn't wrap it. And they do make wrappers, but the biggest thing is, handling them. And up here we have a lot of Amish Mennonites and that have small dairies. A lot of horse hay goes on up here and stuff like that. So our biggest thing is we wanted to adapt to our area. But like I said, the only thing was changed was the number and the price tag. That price tag on that baler is $38,000. That's the most I ever paid for a baler. I think my 5070 was $28,000. This was $38,000. $10,000 increments. So it takes a lot of small bales to pay for one of these. But compared to a new large square baler at 160 to 170,000, if I go back to a large baler, I'm not sure what I would go with. Deere, New Holland. They would probably be my two options. I know some people don't like the New Holland big or the small. I call it the small large baler, which would be a 3x3, not a 3x4. And that way we could wrap the bales pretty convenient. So yes, the biggest thing was change. I mentioned it before, and I don't want to continue to mention it, just so you know. We went from the large baler. We did bale some up here, very little. And it just didn't justify having that big baler for the amount of money we could get out of these bales. Now this year, we did have some very high straw prices, which really helps on the small bales. So we want to continue to work towards more small bales. With the two boys helping, it should go pretty easy. As I get up in age, it's a little harder. So I do pull this with a 4320. We're in the process of maybe, and I don't know, I say maybe lightly, upgrading to another, or not upgrading. Some might consider upgrading, some might consider downgrading to another tractor, like a 55 series John Deere. I'd like to get a two-wheel drive machine for the organic to put the corn planter on. And then we could bale with a cab tractor. Yeah, so that's pretty much, this video is going to be on the baler. If any questions, you have on it. They're, like I said, they're identical to the, they haven't changed anything other than that number and the price. So I'm going to walk over here to the other baler, if I can find it over here somewhere. And this is going to be my dad's baler. He always did a little bit of hay and stuff like that up here. It's been a real blessing to be close to him, and he's always been willing to help out. So I have it hooked up to my Ford, or I should say my youngest son's Ford, but this is a 273. Now we just left a 265. This is the 273 here with a thrower. Now the thrower did change over the years from belt drive to hydraulic. Again, same tensioners, same knotters. Knotters are a little heavier on the larger series, but the concept is the same. A little dirty, but these were a good baler. And these were considered like a super sweep with the pickup teeth a little bit closer. But he's baled a lot of hay and straw and stuff, and it's been a good baler. He did have it rebuilt here at a local dealership. The knotters there are a little bit worked on, but it doesn't miss a tie, and if it does, there's a reason for it. So I'm sure you're going to see this baler being in the field this year with straw. We do some alfalfa hay. We're going to try to do some dry, and then I just got done picking up seed for some organic hay. And again, we're always trying to adapt whatever goes on in this area. And until we get up and running on our own with our cattle business again. If you don't know, the cattle market has been crazy. I mean, we'd see beef calves, and a beef calf to me is purebred, but a lot of these calves are what we call a cross between a Holstein and an Angus, and they've been bringing anywhere from $800, $900 a piece, 2 or 3 days old. And I don't know how the guys are making money, but they are, because if they're continuing to do it. I did get an update here on our seed. Our seed is coming. We plant Beck's, a little bit of Pioneer, but mostly Beck's seed, and we were out working here last couple days with this nice weather. Ground's fit, and over there where the road went up, I worked that bank up, put some grass seed on that. so don't wash out. But yeah, just a little update on the balers. Why we went back to a small baler. It seems like a crazy decision, but it is a lot more work, but the money is a little bit better for our area. So with farming, you got to constantly change. So the corn planter, we're going to start with beans this year. We got to get up here for liquid for in-furrow. We'll be running the 1750 XP again. So our organic seed is coming, and work the details out on that from Bex here. So most of this tillage equipment is ready. The seed meters, we did have them going all over, so they got new belts, new brushes and everything, so that was done. They are a precision meter, and you can see the service date there. It looks like 2/3/24. So it did cost me a couple $100 to have them done, but they're singulating as around between 99.9 and 100. So that's a good singulation pattern. That's meaning the spacing of the seeds consistent. So pretty much this stuff we have to lower the shields for the corn and adjust a little bit. So yeah, just a little bit update on the farm. And like I said before, we talked about mostly is why we upgraded or downgraded and our big baler to a small baler. So we'll try to do more of a series on the organic as we get into it. We're gonna redo this here sprayer. It's a 3-point for our organic to spray foliar feed. A lot of it, organic fertilizer is very hard to get a dry fertilizer that is organic, that is easy to spread, or you run it through the corn planter. It just doesn't hold up very well. So we want to go with more liquid, and so I purchased this 3-point sprayer, and that came out of Iowa. Went out and picked it up there. I think it was right before Christmas, I believe. So we're gonna fold it out, redo the end booms, and set it up so we could do 3 passes at a time. So it'd be 18 rows. And that way we can get her done. And because it's organic, it does take a lot of time to get things done sometimes, and a lot of cultivating, and it's a little bit different. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this little video on the Hayliner 265, and the old one was a 273, I think, or 275, I forget now. I'm sure somebody will tell me. I should walk over there again, but we're not going to. So we'll continue to bring you along on our farm operation here in Milton, Pennsylvania, and we're excited for baling season. Keep these boys busy. Young boys, you always got to keep busy. So Justin is helping with the servicing the equipment. He's working on stuff, and Brent, we want to get them be able to operate equipment and make things a little bit easier for them as they get older. So Brent, he might be excited to run the combine and just take over some of the jobs I could do and do a little bit more management, and let the boys enjoy farming. So have a great rest of your week. And like I said, the dump truck was still not done yet. We had the cylinder rebuilt, and we put it back in, and as soon as we stuck it up, it started leaking. So they're putting a new kit in it for me. Hopefully it'll be done here in the day or so. We got stone to haul and other things. All right, guys, thanks for coming along. If you're interested in the organic more, just let comments and ask questions. I'll try to answer them in the video, a little bit how we're doing it. I'm not saying we're doing it the right way, but we just got done hauling a little chicken manure in again. And we can give you our thoughts on that. And then we're going to try to do in-furrow liquid organic, just to get that seed the best chance possible out there to get out of the ground. A lot of you know or don't know that if you're new, we did start last year April the 5th, so we're pretty close to that date again, planting soybeans. Those soybeans did very well. And we did plant corn April the 15th, I think it was, and that did all right too. So, all right, guys, we'll talk to you later, and we'll keep bringing videos to you as I have time to make them.